For the best gameplay capture there is, pick up an Elgato today. Links are in the description.
Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here. Welcome to another Return to Glory career mode, and today we're switching it up a little bit. We've been doing just championship teams for the last two, but now we're swapping it up. We are going to be doing a Scottish Premiership team, and it is going to be Rangers. Finally, a team from outside of the championship, and actually from outside of England as well. And what a team to do a Return to Glory with. I absolutely had to do Rangers at some point, and now we are going to do 5 seasons in the Scottish Premiership. But don't worry as well, because it's not just Scottish football that we're worrying about. We want to get Rangers back up to the top and hopefully competing for European success as well. That's the big selling point here. A club that's been through absolute hell in recent years with Rangers. They were put into administration. They were put in the 3rd division, I think, of Scottish football. They've worked their way back up into the top flight, but they're still not really putting up much of a fight to Celtic, are they? Hell, I think they're even finishing below Aberdeen. And so that's where I come in. We're going to get them right back up to the top of Scottish football once again, and we're going to hopefully get them doing bits in European football. And let me really quickly address any Celtic fans that might be watching super quickly. Let me just say, I know exactly what's about to happen. This happens every single time someone makes a YouTube video about, say, Rangers. The Celtic fans come and dislike it, and whenever someone makes a video about Celtic, the Rangers fans come and dislike that. For just this one video, please, I beg, can we grow up and not do that? I really would appreciate it. I have already made a video about Celtic putting them in the Premier League and seeing how well they get on. So if you're interested in that, you can watch that video. And for the Rangers fans, you're going to have this. So then let's begin this. The Return to Glory with Rangers, it's underway. So then let's begin this then. Season 1 with Rangers, let's get it underway. Here is the Rangers team that we are going to start off with, and as you can see, it's actually, for at least Scottish Premiership standards, pretty decently rated. I mean, you've got 70s pretty much all across the board, a couple of players that are clearly loaned in that are probably going to end up buggering off at the end of the next season, but that is okay, because hopefully we can bring in some really quality players, and I have a fair few in the shortlist. We got a good mix here. A lot of these players are in the last year of their contract. Some I can pick up for free on pre-contract, some guys that I might want to buy pretty much straight away, and we do have a fair bit of cash too. Considering everything, like their rating and everything like that, they're pretty well off. They've got a very good budget and can very easily make some big signings. Even though the starting 11 by, you know, Scottish Premiership standards is okay, the substitutes as well, it's a pretty good bench as well, again, by Scottish Premiership standards, but it's the freaking reserves that are really lacking a fair bit. We got a fair few veterans, and by veterans I mean old buggers that are going to retire by the end of the season, and like a ton of players that are like 50, 49. It's just, it's not pretty. We definitely need to build on that. We have one player retiring at the end of the year. We have one player loaned away who's nothing too special, and 2 players loaned in who are, again, both going to be buggering off at the end of the season. But I'm just going to advance ahead a little bit and hopefully get some information back for all the players in my shortlist. Hopefully we do well in this preseason tournament, even though we're pretty well off with cash anyway. Okay, so we got a fair bit of info back, except for this one player that I actually forgot to bloody start scouting. Either way, moving on. Got a fair few players in here, some highly rated, some worth a fair bit. The majority of these guys, like I said, last year of their contract, maybe I might be able to get some of them, maybe some are a little bit too out of my price range, and I'm probably just going to have to settle for pre-contracts. One thing I am going to do is to hopefully get a new young goalkeeper, bring him in straight away if possible. I'm going to go 1.5 million for Hubbard. The next one is for Luis Lopez. I'm going to go 700 grand for him. Lee Guang Heok. Oh man, that's a... I'm just going to call him bloody... How about Guang? Lee Guang, either way, whatever. Moving on, I'm going to pick him up. Worth 1.8, I reckon I can get him for, I'm going to start off with 1 million actually, why not? I'd like a new striker, and I'll probably take either or of these two. I'll go with El Nezri or maybe Lozano. And I might just make one more signing. I'll go for one more here with Sebastian Salazar. One last player we'll go for. Bloody signing players from all over the place, that's for sure, but another $1 million offer for him. So then, first signing we'll make then is going to be for Lee, you know who. Anyway, moving on, we'll accept that. It's he's a player that's probably not starting 11 quality, but he's right on the fringe. Give him a couple more months maybe, and he'll get up to a 69 for sure. We have 2 more players now agreeing to contracts here. We've got El Nezri right here. He's 19 years of age, 70 rated. He'll probably go into the starting 11, and the fact that he's so young means he's only going to get higher. And Sebastian Salazar, another player that can go into the starting 11. So both El Nezri and Salazar are going to start now, and hopefully those guys are going to grow, get higher rated, and we're really just adding a bunch of young, great, high quality and high potential players into the team now. And we have another contract accepted as well. Luis Lopez right there, 67 overall, 19 years of age again. Nice young quality player. Probably not starting 11 just yet, but he'll grow, he'll get better, and he'll definitely go in for sure. And have a look now. Our slightly concerning reserves are now looking much, much better. There's a lot more quality in there. I'd still like to maybe sign, I don't know, 1 or 2 more players in this window, but I think I'll probably be okay because the positions that I wanted to sign were a goalkeeper and a right back, and so far I don't really have any info on a goalkeeper or a right back. Let's just begin this season and hopefully get off to a good start here with Rangers anyway. We start off with an absolute pumping of Hamilton, 5-0 there. We ended up drawing our next game, no good. A win there, a win against Hearts as well, and finally another win against Dundee. Okay, now we're starting off well. Now moving on into the games that were played in September, we have Ross County, a 1-0 win there. We have a 3-0 win against Motherwell and a draw against Aberdeen, who obviously everyone knows Celtic are the threat to not winning the league for Rangers, and Aberdeen are another one of those quality teams in the Scottish Premiership. And then the games in October, we'll take a look at the table after this, but another win, and here we go. First Old Firm derby is a loss! First loss of the season comes to Celtic. Oh man, that would have been a big announcement game, like, okay, no more fucking around. Rangers are here to play. Oh, we lost 1-0. Oh well, too bad. Moving on into the next game. And we've lost again! Oh no, don't tell me that we've been put off onto a... Oh no, we come back and we win the next game against Aberdeen, thank God. But how about it though? We went, so many games in a row without losing a match. We finally come up against Celtic, lose, and then lose the next game against what? Inverness. Fuck this, can't be asked. But how about it though? We went all that time undefeated. We won the majority of the games that we played as well. Came up against Celtic in the first Old Firm, lost the game after that. It wasn't pretty. Thankfully we got that win against Aberdeen, but we are second at the moment. So back at it again then. The games in November, there's only 2 of them. One was a win against Motherwell and another Old Firm derby. Another loss. Okay, you know what? First season, we're not able to get the job done against Celtic yet, but just fucking wait. And finally, the month of December, we'll take a look at the games here right before we get into January. A draw here, not good. A win. Another draw against Hamilton, the team that we beat like 5-0 to start the season. Another win against Hearts. And can we win it with... Yep, there we go. Another win just to end the month of... or the year of 2016. Now is where we seriously get to have a little bit of fun. We're going in. We're making some big signings, that's for sure. And I'm just going to go through all of them right now. All the players that you see highlighted in red are players that I've just thrown an offer down for. And you know what? I'm happy if I get every single damn one of them. Looking at the table, by the way, really quickly, just for an update, we are 3 points off Celtic and they have a game extra to play. If we are able to beat Celtic in the first season, then that's going to be massive because hopefully there will be absolutely no excuses for us not to win the Premiership every single freaking season after we bring in all these incredible players. Like I said again, the focus of this career mode isn't to dominate the Scottish Premiership, no. I want to be able to do stuff in European football. First pre-contract offer has been accepted by Pedro Enrique, so he'll be joining us next season. We now have 2 more players agreeing to a pre-contract. We've got Akpa Akpro, great last name, but he's going to join. He's 50 grand wage, and that's a fair increase on what he was paying. And it's pretty much like... that's pretty much all you've got to do if you want to bring in some of these players because they are wanting a big pay rise to join the Scottish Premiership, even if it's Rangers anyway. And then another goalkeeper. I don't exactly have a specific overall, but I know he's above 70 and he should hopefully be the best goalkeeper that we get. He should overtake, I think, who's our goalkeeper at the moment? Is it Fotheringham or Weatheringham? I have no freaking idea. Fotheringham. Yeah, there you go. I got it right the first time. Good on me. And now 3 more players join on pre-contracts. One from Newcastle, of course, Vernon Anita. There you go. A nice quality right back, and we have wanted to get one of them in. We've got Acerich, another quality centre attacking midfielder, quite young and 25 or 24 years of age, 78 rated. And again, I'm having to readjust the budget here. Another one, a quality left back. This guy's almost surely going to be the first player to hit 80 rating for Rangers next season. Another offer accepted here with Bossetti, a quality striker that I wanted to get in as well, so he's joining. And you know what? I'm about done with pre-contract signings. I think I've made a fair few of them. There's this one guy, Victor Alvarez, that I might still go for, but if he agrees, I'll sign him. If not, I'm going to spend the rest of the cash that I have on players right now. And he did end up accepting, so there you go. He's going to join us next season as well. Man, the team is stacked. It is absolutely stacked for next season. And even after all that, we still have a cool 10 million in the transfer budget, 100 grand over, more than that wage. I could get 1 or 2 more players, I think. I'm just going to pick up a few more players just to, beef up the squad. So I might go for Angelino, might go for Diamande, might go fucking even for Fernandez, Enzo Fernandez, bring in Zidane's son. I don't care how unrealistic realistic this is. We're going for it. And you know what, boys? He's only gone and done it. Enzo Fernandez is going to join fucking Rangers. How about that? Let's face it, he's never going to cut it at Real Madrid anyway. 75 grand a week is what he's going to get at Rangers, and we're paying just $1 million for him. It's just getting a bit bonkers. Also making one more signing here with Angelino, a good young quality, high-rated left back here, or you know, not high-rated, high-potential left-back in, of course, Angelino, 68 rated. And we're still waiting to hear back from Khan for Diamande. Finally, we've got back from him, and I tell you what, I've had to go overboard to pick up this guy. I didn't think it would be this hard, but $2 million over his value when he's in the last year of his contract. And again, a fair rise to his wage. But you know what? We've spent a shitload of cash now. I think I'm good. I'm done for transfers now. Let's just take a look at the results in January. Started off with a loss against Ross County. Not good there. Then bounced back with a win against Dundee. A win there. A draw. Another Old Firm game here. And it's a draw against Celtic. The first time we've taken points off them. Still yet to beat them though. And another draw. And take a look at this too. The first round in the Scottish Cup is against Celtic as well. How about it? I've just begun simulating the month of February, and I guess we'll find out who got through pretty soon, won't we? Well, the month of February is done. Let's take a look. It was another loss against Celtic. We played them 4 times, and we can't beat these cunts once? Not once. Are you serious? Okay, fine. Anyway, moving on. A win against Hearts, a win against Hamilton, and a win. All right, good. We're taking care of business in the league. That's fine. That's really what we want to do. We're not in this to win the fucking Scottish Cup. We're in this to win the Premiership and to get into European football. However, though, that said, there aren't many games left to play, and we are 5 points behind Celtic. Really, it comes down to these Old Firm games, doesn't it? It's always between Celtic and Rangers who's finishing first and second at the moment, really. But it just comes down to the Old Firm games. We need to take points off Celtic. And there's only 5 more games left. I mean, they're really going to have to slip up if we take it. So you know what? I'm just going to sim to the end of the season and we see where we finish. Let's have a look then. Here we go. A goalless draw. Not a good start. Another draw. A win there. You know what? Those 2 draws I think have pretty much sealed our fate no matter what. And a win against Motherwell and a loss against Aberdeen just to end the season. If it turns out Celtic have absolutely bottled it, and if we could have won that game, we would have won the league, well, that's just going to kill. Well, to be fair, Celtic sort of did let it slip quite a fair bit. In the end, after drawing a few games and even losing one, we still only finished 5 points behind them. Fuck, we could have won. We could have won the league because Celtic did drop some fair few points there. But again, it comes down to the Old Firm games. We now know that. We did not finish top this season. We have not won the Scottish Premiership, but next season. Surely then. Okay, this is a little bit weird. I don't know what exactly has happened here, but I did not have any games at all left on the fixture after this game here against Aberdeen. Apparently, it goes even further here because we got several more games that just popped up out of nowhere. I don't know if I don't know, but we are playing more games. I'm just going to go ahead and sim the other 5 games then. A part of me thought there were 38 games in the Scottish Premiership, but I thought, oh, apparently not, clearly. If there were no other games after that, they just spawn out of nowhere though. Let's go then. Immediately starting off with a draw. That's not what we needed. We needed fucking 5 wins in a row to give us any hope and a win in that Old Firm. Another draw against Ross County. A win against Kilmarnock. Fucking how am I butchering these so badly? Kilmarnock. Yeah, there you go. Kilmarnock. I don't know fucking if it's right or not. Either way, it does. I don't think it looks like we're going to go through. Aberdeen, we won that game. And if we can win this, we do actually. We finally beat Celtic. Final day of the season. How badly have they gone in the last 5 games? Maybe we have taken top spot. So at the end of the first stage, I'm so confused, of the league, 71 points. We were 5 points behind Celtic, and that was that. So, okay, there's a cutoff then. The teams in the top 6 then move on into a second stage. And that's where they ended up finishing. Fuck me, that is just totally unnecessary. What the fuck is that? All I knew was that I thought there were 38 games played in the Scottish Premiership, just like in the Premier League. I did not know that the top half and the bottom half of the table were split and only those teams played each other in the last 5 games. I genuinely never in my life even heard of that. I just don't invest myself enough in Scottish football to give a fuck. But now I know something, okay? You know what? And maybe I think a lot of other people have probably learnt that today. So congratulations. We all learned something today. And so let's do this again. Season 2 now with Rangers is underway. And finally, not only is it just Scottish football, we now have European football. And the team that we have now is, oh man, that is looking sweet. That is looking beautiful. I think almost every single position there is a new player in it, except for the goalkeeper in Fotheringham, who I'm probably going to you know, just pretty much straight up swap up anyway. We got a new set of players in the shortlist, new goalkeepers, a right back I might pick up as well, maybe a new centre back as well, and not an awful lot of midfielders. We did pick up quite a fair few last season, and yeah, a couple of wingers, strikers, and all that sort of stuff. A lot of players I'm going to go for. A majority of which I can get on pre-contracts, but honestly, I think I'm going to probably pay for the majority of these guys, like as per usual. I'm going to advance ahead a little bit so I have all the info on those players, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is buy a goalkeeper. Both of these guys I think you'll find are in the last year of their contract as well, so there's the possibility, maybe except for this man, that we could get one of these on the cheap, maybe not so much him. But I'm going to throw some offers down for all of those players. We'll start with 10 million for Onana, and we'll probably go for another 10 million for the other goalkeeper as well in Cardinale. So yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date to see how we go with that one. And after going back and forth with both of the two goalkeepers, in the end, Cardinale actually was the player that was going to end up being the better deal out of the two. Even though he's like one overall lower and he's a little older, it doesn't matter too much. They're basically about the same quality. And so I'm going to pick up this man, a brand new spanking goalkeeper. So he's into the starting 11 now, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with that signing. Although I still want to make one more, and it's either going to be a centre back or right winger. And I think I'm going to go for a centre back. We've got Jeremiah St. Just Steve. That's again how we say that name. He's a very good pickup in career mode for a centre back position. He's not in the, I think he's in the last year of his contract. No, he's not. Either way, I want to go for him because he's a quality centre-back, and I want to see if I can pick him up. If not, I might go for either Harry Maguire or Gaston Silva. Both of these two definitely are in the last year of their contract, but I do want to get this man if I can. And well, that was not hard at all. We pretty much offered exactly what his value was. We offered him a good contract. Straight away, he's accepted, and he will come straight into the Rangers team. That leaves us with a little over 100 grand worth of wage, 2.5 million on the budget. I think we'll probably leave it there when it comes to signings in this window. But this team now is, it's just lit. The defense is sensational. We've got a great goalkeeper, a very good midfield, even though we've lost our star midfielder in Asarich through injury. And the attack, it's definitely, in comparison to the rest of the team, could be improved upon. New right winger, maybe a quality striker or anything like that. But I mean, the team, compared to what it was last season, in just 1 year, we have turned it around. It is insane. And now that I am done with transfers, let's go and take a look at the results in August. We have such a great team compared to last season. Hopefully we can, I don't know, not get off to a great start with a draw there. Like, I just want to win every game now. This is the point. This is the point that we're at. We won that game there, very good against Patrick. We won against Aberdeen, good stuff. And now the qualifiers in the Champions League. We drew 2-2, and that was the home leg as well. What happens in the away leg? We'll find out soon. A draw against Dundee and a win against Basel 1-0. That means we are through into the Champions League. The first time we had to qualify, we've done it. And a massive win against Ross County. Now for the month of September, and we will take a look at the table after we look at this as well. We have another win there in the league, very good stuff. And the first Champions League game was a draw against Benfica, okay. We beat Celtic in the first Old Firm of the season, there you freaking go. And another win in the Scottish Premiership, and a game against Real Madrid. Actually did not go the way that you think it would. We drew against Real Madrid as well, so 2 draws in the first Champions League group games. And with a game in hand on second place Aberdeen, Celtic 5 points behind us already, we are on top of the Scottish Premiership, and maybe this could be the start of domination. Now for October, a draw. We actually haven't lost a game yet. We're doing pretty well, and that's across all competitions too. So we're doing okay. A win against Hearts, good stuff. Another game in the group, in the Champions League, that's it. We finally lost the game. It was against Ajax in the Champions League. That means 2 points from 3 games. I don't think that bodes well for our chances of going up into the knockouts. And a loss now against, here we go, Hamilton of all fucking teams. This is not happening for us. And a win against Dundee. Thankfully, we get it back on track. Now for the results in the month of November. And we have taken 2 points in 2 games against Real Madrid. I'm very happy with that. Anyway, though, moving on. A win against Aberdeen. Next game, another win. And the second to last Champions League group game against Benfica. Can we actually pull a win? A loss. You know what? I don't think we're getting into the knockouts, boys. At least we're going pretty well in the Scottish Premiership. We are currently 6 points ahead of Celtic. Aberdeen are falling down a little bit. And you know what? All we have to do is just keep on keeping on. We have a game immediately in a few days against Celtic. We'll take a look at how that goes. Final month of December before we take a look at the table. We take a look at our group position in the Champions League. But we beat Celtic again. That means we're 9 points clear now ahead of them. This is massive, that. And unless we, we lose again to Ajax. No, we didn't even win a game in our group. All right, fair enough. It's our first time in the Champions League. And at least we got through the group stage. But yeah, that's where it ends. Another win. A loss. Oh my goodness, Ross County, what's happening? A win and another win. Very good. Surely, despite unfortunately dropping 3 points in the game against Ross County, we should still be pretty far away from Celtic, I would imagine. We are in January. We're only 5 points above Celtic at the moment, but we do have a game in hand. If we win that, we make it 8. And you know what? We're in a good position at the moment. It could be better, but we are in a good position. I've gone into the budget now that we're in January to see how much wage I have to play around with pre-contracts, and we have just a little over $250,000, and I think I can make some very good signings right there. First one is a brand new striker called Asmon, who was 23 in the last year of his contract, 81 rated. We're going to get this man. I am not sure what country he comes from, but either way, he wants 50 grand a week. Let's see if we can give him 50 grand a week, and hopefully he should be able to accept that. Another player I might go for is Sam Larson, a quality left winger who's relatively young, 24, to get on a pre-contract, so we'll give him an offer. I'll pick up another good centre-back just to sort of bolster the defense a bit in Harry Maguire, hopefully. And honestly, that could probably do us. I'm just going to advance ahead and hopefully hear back from all those players. So we have 2 players immediately accepting with Sam Larson, quality left winger who's going right into the team. Could hopefully be 80 rated when he joins us next season. And Harry Maguire is the other one. I'm still working to get that star striker. And finally, he's accepted. We had to go like 25 grand over his wage, but in the end, he has accepted, and that is a big signing. We've also done a bit of revenue raising. I just sold one of my players, Victor Alvarez, to Sunderland for a fair bit. So we just got 10 million plus all the wage that we were paying him, which I imagine would have been a fair bit. I'm going to go for now a quality right winger. Hopefully we can sign Milot Rashia if we can. I mean, he's in the last year of his contract. His wage isn't that much. 10 million though. It could get expensive, but we should have the cash. The fact that he's in his last year also makes me think maybe we could get him for cheap. So let's go with 7 million. We've heard back from them, and in the end they only want 10 million, which is still under his value. I'll just match that. And hopefully this could be him right here. He has accepted his contract, so Rashia is going to be joining, and he's probably the last signing that we're going to make in this window. So now look at the starting 11 that we have for the rest of the season, and then imagine all the players that we're going to get joining into that team. It's just looking so damn good. See, the thing is, with that team, if we were in the Premier League and we had that team, we'd probably be one of the teams likely to get relegated. But in the bloody Scottish Premiership, we're fucking dominating. It's great. But we did draw that game against Hamilton. We beat Hearts, though. Very good. Motherwell we beat as well. Ross County, who had beaten us a couple of times, we absolutely walloped 4-0. Another win there. And a loss against Hamilton. What's going on with Hamilton? Out of nowhere, they're starting to put up a bit of a fight to us. Now for the results in February, which include a Scottish Cup tie, and we lost that one as well. We got knocked out in the first round last time out to Celtic. This time we face the team that's not as tough, but probably the next toughest team in the group, or in the league in Aberdeen, and we lost that one. Bloody what the fuck is happening here? A draw there. A win and a win. Thank you. There we go. We get a little bit of a redemption. And I tell you what, we have dropped the odd point here and there, lost a game here and there, but we are now absolutely almost out of sight here. We are really far ahead of Celtic by 8 points at this stage with only, 10 games left to go, plus that ridiculous time when they fucking cut the bloody league in half. I don't even know. But there you go. Let's just take a look at the last 5 games until we eventually do that cutting the fucking league, you know, the top half, bottom half thing. We drew against Dundee. Beat Celtic again. We are absolutely all over them. We've got their number this season. Another win there. And this is pretty much us finishing top of at the break anyway. Another win there. And we finish off with a draw right before the, what's it called? The second stage. It's so fucking weird to me. But here's how it is then. 5 more games left to play. We are now 12 points ahead. We need to lose like pretty much every single one of our games. And Celtic need to pretty much win all of them, or at least win 4, draw 1, and we'd have to drop like every single point possible. I don't see it happening. I think we're going to win the Scottish Premiership. All we need are 3 points just to wrap it up. That's all we needed there. A 4-0 win against Patrick, and that is going to be it. We are done. A win against Hamilton, a win against Aberdeen. Can we do the clean sweep in the last 5 games? Loss against Ross County. Something about Ross County. And the final game, the final Old Firm game of the season, was another win. Oh, Celtic, your time is up. We are taking over. We finish out of sight on 88 points. Celtic on 72. I don't know if we've had an absolutely blinding season or if Celtic have really struggled, but still, 72 points for Celtic, 88 for Rangers, and that is that. We have finally won our first piece of silverware. We finally won the league, and now we can focus on trying to do a little bit better in the Champions League and also the Scottish Cup if we can not get knocked out fucking immediately next season as well. I'll just really quickly roll through the squad report as well. Bloody Anita with 6 goals and 8 assists right there. We got Ace Rich, 9 goals, 7 assists there. Not too bad. Akpa Akpro, a centre midfielder with 14 goals and 6 assists. Rashia only just joined us. He's alright, 6 and 1 for a striker. Would hope to be a little bit better there. Still going along here, 4 and 2, not bad for him. Still continuing on, 19 games, no impact whatsoever. And now we're starting to go down to some of the lower rated players and guys that didn't play too much. We might see a surprise though when it comes to goals and assists. Right now I'm just sort of taking a look at overalls, and we are seeing quite a fair few bit of growth from the lower rated players as well. But I don't know, mate. We're looking stacked at the moment. It is absolutely sensational. And there we freaking go. So now another season with Rangers into season 3. Let's get it underway. Starting off as we always do, looking at the team, and just look at that team. It is so much better compared to what we were working with. We have players 80 rated all over the pitch. We have so many high rated 70 players as well. And the bench and the reserves, everything is stacked. I'm honestly not even going to look to do that much in the way of transfers this window. I might get a few more pre-contract signings, but apart from that, really, the team, it's just stacked and ready to go. Now, when it comes down to transfers as well, in the shortlist, you can see a couple of players that I have. I'm not looking to do too much in this first window. There are definitely, again, some players I can pick up on pre-contracts and a few superstar players as well to really take us to the next level. But I am going to look to try to sign one player in this window, a right back. It's probably going to be Veltman. He's worth 15 million. He's got a pretty low wage. He's not in the last year of his contract though, but I'm still hopefully going to get him for a good amount. And then there's also Florenzi, a player that I can get on pre-contract if I want to, but I'm still going to go for him, although it's not going to be easy. We still only have like under $20 million worth of a budget. As you can clearly see from the remaining transfer budget and the wage budget, it's going to be tough to get either of these players, but we'll try our best. And as for Florenzi, well, it's going to take a bit of a miracle, to be totally honest with you. We're probably just going to get him on a pre-contract. So then, I'm trying to sign Veltman. I think Florenzi's impossible. We had to do pretty well in the international, friendly tournament to try to raise that cash. And I'm telling you what, we did bloody well. We got all the way through to the final and won the thing. So hopefully that extra cash will be enough. They want 27 million and we had absolutely no hope of paying that before. So I'm still going to try to barter to get down to something low. Finally, they've accepted. I mean, it's pretty far over his value, but at least we're getting another quality 80 rated player and replacing one of the weaker positions in our starting 11. So there we go then. I mean, we're paying shitloads for this guy, that's for sure, but at least he's going to improve the starting 11. There we go then. He goes into there. He was the only signing I wanted to make this window. And so now that is that. We are done for transfers for this first window. Let's just get into the football then. Obviously, we know we're in the Champions League. We'll take a look at who we've got in our group soon. But for now, let's start off with a 4-0 win in the league. There you go. We've got a draw there. Okay, not great. Another massive win and another win. Good work. Now into September, we have our first Champions League game, group game coming up. It's against Manchester United. How about that? We win against Patrick there. Very good. What is it? Patrick Thistle. That's right. A 5-0 win against Hamilton. There you freaking go. And our first Champions League game was a loss. Well, it is Manchester United. Oh, well, too bad. Either way, moving on. A draw against Motherwell. And a win in our first Old Firm yet again. What did I say? We are here to take over. Not here to take part. We're here to take over. We are 6 points ahead of Celtic, who have not had a very good start. After 8 games, they are in 4th position. We are only 1 game into the Champions League too, but I mean, we have got Manchester United, Monaco, and Hamburg in our group. I think that's almost a tougher group than what we had last time out. Take a look at our group, by the way. We have got Manchester United, obviously we just played them, Monaco and Hamburg. Now, I don't know what was the tougher group, the one we had last season or this one, but either way, can we get through this time? So then, in October, if we can win against Monaco, that will be big, but it's another loss, and now they are 6 points ahead, and we get to pick up anything. It's not looking good yet again in our group. Draw once more against Ross County, a win there. How about Hamburg? Come on. Another loss! Man, we're useless in the Scottish teams in the Champions League. Fucking forget about it, mate. Anyway, and then another win in the league. I think we can all but rule out our possibilities of going through yet again to the knockouts of the Champions League unless we, win every one of our group games. A draw against Dundee. A draw against Manchester United. I don't think that's going to be good enough. Even if we win our next 2 and we finish with 7 points, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Either way, another draw there. A win against Ross County and a loss against Hamburg. Fucking unbelievably terrible in Champions League games. And this time out in the league as well, it's not so dominant. We got Aberdeen actually chasing us down more than Celtic are at the moment, 14 games in, and we only have a 1-point lead. Now for the final month before January, December, let's take a look. Another Old Firm, and we lost that one. After winning a shitload in a row, that's unfortunately dropped points there. And you know what? That probably opens the door for other teams to start taking the top spot. A win against Monaco, finally, actually a win in the Champions League. That's like our 12th game across this whole career mode in the Champions League, and we finally beat Monaco.
There we go. How about it though? A win against Motherwell, a loss against Hamilton, and a draw against Patrick Thistle. I tell you what, we might not be top in January. How about it? It's not even Celtic that's up top. It's Aberdeen that's actually on top with 40 points after 18 games played. We're out of the Champions League. And after having such an incredible season last time out and having a much better team compared to last season, we are still fucking third somehow. I would have thought we'd been doing way better. So then, into the shortlist, and we're not holding back. Every single one of these players are possible pickups on pre-contract, and you know what? I want to go for every single one of them. Even guys that are 90 rated, Romelu Lukaku, fuck it, you're coming to the Scottish Premiership. It makes no sense, but it's almost the only way that we're going to do any damage in the Champions League. So I'm just throwing down contract offers for every single one of those players. Let's bloody do this. Okay, so the first guy that we've heard back from, Steve Cook, we're going to accept him, although it's going to get pretty expensive for everybody else. Let me just give you guys a bit of a heads up that this is proving to be very fucking difficult signing some of these players. They are really high rated and they are a challenge to get into the Scottish Premiership. Okay, so I finally heard back from a few of them and we're really having to go overboard. Like, look at the wage for that man, 150 grand, and then you've got Johan Geese. I think I'm going to pick this man up instead and probably hold off on Top Rack. We have Domenico Berardi accepting a contract. There we go. He's a little higher wage than Top Rack and a bit younger, a bit higher rated. I think it makes sense. Let's get him. And we have another one here for Timo Horn, 120 grand. And you know what? I can either get one of these two, and I think I'm probably going to go with the goalkeeper because I think I've realized that when it comes to simulations, if you have a cracking goalkeeper, it makes a big difference. So we're going to get Timo Horn. That's probably going to do it for pre-contract signings. I cannot make any more, that's for sure. Anyway, let's look at January. A win there, very good. A loss against Hearts is not what we wanted. A win against Inverness. A win against Aberdeen, the team that's on top right now. A draw against Motherwell. And how about the Old Firm? A loss. I'm starting to worry about our chances in the league. We bottled it in the Champions League once more, and we're going to maybe bottle the league when we were really just dominating. Holy hell, man. We're 9 points off of Celtic. I don't think we're going to finish. Hell, we might not even finish in the top 2. If we finish third, I don't even think we qualify for Champions League. And we have... I can't believe it. And the team that we have now compared to the first season, this is happening. Now for the games in February, only 3 league games, but we need to start taking all the points that we can, and we do that with all wins in those 3 games. Now for the month of March, are we getting back on track? A win against Hearts, a big one, and now here we go. The Scottish Cup. We are playing Celtic in it. Please, we will become a fucking meme if we get knocked out again. We win that time. A 3-0 win against Celtic might be the biggest win that we've had over them recently. We're actually in to the next round of the Scottish Cup, into the semi-finals. There we go. A draw, though, in that game, and a big win against Dundee. Celtic, however, are still 9 points clear, and you know, I don't think there's any catching them with 8 games left to go. Maybe it could be done, but I don't know. I just want to try to finish in the top 2 at least. We can't have Aberdeen finishing above us. I genuinely don't know what happens if we finish any lower than second. I think if we finish third, we might not get a spot in the Champions League. Maybe Europa League? I don't know, but I don't know. Now for April then, and we need to get this win against Aberdeen if we're going to try to finish in the top 2. We lost. No, this is not good. This is not good at all. We might actually miss out on Champions League. A draw against Patrick Thistle. Oh my God, a 6-0 win against Hamilton. That's going to be the biggest. How about the semi-final? A win against Dundee. We're going into the final, that's for sure. And a loss and a win against Dundee. Alright, well, at least we're getting it done against Dundee, but Patrick Thistle are fucking kicking our ass at the moment. Okay, so if we finish third, I don't know if that means Europa League or Champions League, but I think either way, the top 3 spots get some sort of European qualification. We finished with 66 points. We're 7 behind Celtic and 3 behind Aberdeen. Had we won that game against Aberdeen, we would have finished in second spot. Now, I don't know what this means. Are we still in the Champions League? Are we Europa League? We'll find out though. Maybe if we do end up in the Europa League, you know, it might not be too bad. That could be a potential winnable league for us compared to like Champions League anyway, but still. Here we are with a final against Patrick Thistle, and this team has actually done pretty well against us throughout the league. They've gotten some good results against us from time to time. Let's see what happens in this one. A little over 30 minutes in and nothing's really happened. There's a yellow card. El Nezri has been substituted. Is anything going to happen here? We're at the hour mark now. Still no goals. They've scored a goal. We got one right back. Here we go. It's starting to fucking kick off now, isn't it? With only a few minutes left. Is it going to extra time? It is indeed. All right then. 1-1. It's still the score at the moment. It's almost looking like it's going to go to penalties. Still 10 more minutes left for a goal. Is anything going to happen? They pick one up. We lose the fucking final. Rangers, what is happening to you? This season has been a disgrace. And looking at the final results in May here, we've got a win against Celtic. There we go. Another old firm victory. Aberdeen, the team that we are fighting for fucking second spot with, they've beaten us again. I think they beat us last time out as well. And then the last game of the season was a 4-0 win. There you go. And looking at the table, by the way, I don't know how, but we have fucking managed to finish in second, a point above Aberdeen. I don't know how. We get 75 points. Celtic with 83. I would have thought we would have won all the fucking leagues, like 4 in a row, because of how good our team was. But no, Celtic apparently have managed to do it. We've really had a bit of a shocking season, I think we can all agree. But we are still finishing second and still going into the Champions League, at least through hopefully qualifying. And as we go through the squad report, I'm kind of left scratching my head as to how that team does not go on to win like the whole league in comparison to everyone else. Bloody Sam Larson was doing bits with like 17 goals and 14 assists. He was incredible. Vernon Anita, the right back, picking up with 15 goals as well. It's bloody mental, mate. A player like Vernon Anita to do that well, I mean, that is the Scottish Football League for you. But still, continuing on again, more players growing by a little bit, some making the odd appearance and scoring the odd goal here and there, but really nothing too crazy, and there you go. That team has to be light years away from any other team in the Scottish Football League. I can't believe we didn't win it. Alrighty then, 2 more seasons left to go. This is season number 4. Let's get it underway. And we are now at a point, ladies and gentlemen, where we are getting players, or the players that we have to get are in the 80s, high 80s and stuff like that. It's an absolute task to try to get them, but now we have got a ripping team. And I mean, just look at that team. That is a decent Premier League team in itself. Surely we have to be winning every single year the league in the Scottish Premiership. We have to. It's got to the point now that my shortlist is full of players that are just so expensive, I have no hope of buying them straight up. I have to get them on pre-contract. I can't buy any player with the cash that I have that is going to make a genuine improvement to the starting 11. Literally, the only option I have is to get them through pre-contracts and through wage alone. By the way, I took a look and it turns out that yes, we are still in the Champions League. We just have to go through qualifying and we have to go through this Irish team, Dundalk, or however you say it, to get through. But hopefully with our team compared to theirs, we should get it done. But who knows? A massive upset could happen. And yeah, I'm just going to literally start simming. I'm not even going to buy anyone unless we get to January and make those pre-contract signings. So let's see how we did then to start off our league, and please, just no bullshit, nothing like that. 3-1 win to start it off. Thank you. Good work. Okay. What is it about this fucking team? Patrick Thistle, every time we do this, we have like some sort of a team that's a bit of a bogey team. And I think this team is that bogey team anyway. A win there. Now, did we make it through to the Champions League? A draw. Well, that's a bit nervy. Anyway, a loss against Ross County. Holy fuck, we've already lost twice within the first 4 games. And a massive pumping against Dundalk in the second leg. Okay. So we're in the Champions League, in the group stage, and a win against Inverness, but I don't think we're top after that. Let's take a look at who's in our group, by the way. Only Bayern Munich, pretty tough team there. Arsenal and Feyenoord. Oh, wow. So that is probably the toughest group that we've got so far then. All right, then, let's go. September. A win there, very good. Now, how about Bayern? Oh, my God, it's a murder. I'm not even too surprised by that, but my God. What chance do we have with Bayern and Arsenal in our group of getting through? Like, fuck me, man. 4-1 against Hamilton and a 2-1 win against Aberdeen. All right, well, we took care of business in the Premiership. We had a bit of a shaky start, and that has resulted in us currently being 3rd, but we're only 2 points away from Celtic, and it's only 8 games in. Hopefully, we can keep on going. Okay, October. Tough game here to start with Arsenal and a 2-0 loss. Okay, then. Still, a win against Dundee, good. A loss against Hearts, and they're one of the teams up the top 2. A win against Feyenoord, though. All right, if we can win the 2 games against Feyenoord and sneak a point or 2 off Arsenal and Bayern, you never know. It could happen either way. And the Old Firm, a big win against them. Very good stuff. Now for November, and I've purposely left it before this Feyenoord game because I genuinely think that the key for us is to get through into the next round to beat Feyenoord. Honestly, we have to get the 6 points against them and try to sneak points, you know, wherever we can. If it's against Bayern or Arsenal, who knows? Anyway, Aberdeen, we beat them. Bayern, I'm not too confident of it. We beat Bayern Munich 1-0. Oh my God, massive. We now have 6 points. We could do this, especially if we get another win against Feyenoord. It's crucial to get that. Anyway, moving on. A win against Hamilton, good, and a win against Ross County. Dudes, if we can get this win against Feyenoord, I rate my chances of getting through to the knockouts. Maybe a draw would be good too, but still. Feyenoord versus Rangers, it's the away leg this time. What's going to happen? I'm going to just skip ahead straight away. 2-0 win, there we go, that's big. All right then. We now have 9 points. Depending on what happens with the other game, who knows? We could be through. I've literally come straight to the game. I've literally advanced straight to the game against Arsenal as well. I'm not even like thinking about the league at the moment. If we can get at least a draw, all we have to do is not lose to Arsenal and we are going to go through. They are going to miss out on knockout football. We are going to kick them out. We're going to go through. This is so exciting. Let's go then. It's at home as well. All we need is a draw, and I don't think I can bear to watch this unfold. All we need is a draw. We got a draw! We got a penalty. They conceded we were winning 1-0. Then they got it right back through Iwobi within the same bloody minute. There you go, though. A draw was all we needed, and we're in the Champions League. It's time for me to go in with some big signings for sure, depending on how much wage I am allowed or how much I can allocate. But there you go. 5 points clear ahead of Celtic at the moment. Hearts, Patrick Thistle, and some other teams as well are sort of in the hunt. But right now, it's us on top. And literally all of these players I'm going to throw down offers for. There are some I want more than others, but I'll pretty much take whoever I can get for the best deal. And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we'll have an absolutely crazy squad next season. And take a look at this, boys. After just struggling so hard last season to get some of these top players to join, they're now all over it. Now that we've made it through to the knockouts of the bloody Champions League, they're all over it. I honestly can just take my pick at this point. And look at all the budget that I have. Did I sell someone without knowing or something? Because holy crap, now I have so much more cash than I first thought. Well then, let's get started. If I've got all this cash, I'm going to go fucking big. Paulo Dybala to Rangers. Did you ever think you'd see anything like it? Well, you'll never see anything like it ever again. Anyway, let's keep it going. We got Adrian Rabiot going to Bayern Munich, or from Bayern Munich into Rangers now. And yes, adjust the wage, please. How much do we have now? That barely made a dent. This is incredible. Dennis Suarez, I might keep going around. Laporte, definitely a player I want to get. 88 rated and 75 grand. Are you kidding me? He's coming in. It's literally a joke at this point how good we're about to become. We're going to get Romagnoli in the team as well. We literally could get every single one of the players, but I'm just going by the preferences at the moment. All right, Florenzi's the next one. We'll get him. Literally, I think I'm just going to get everything. I'm probably going to end up getting everyone. Thomas Lamar, probably the next one that I want the most out of everyone that's left available. Just in case we do run out of cash, I want the players that I want the most. Dennis Suarez, can we get him? Yes, we can. We're going to probably run out of player spaces. That's what's going on here. Lindelof, 83 rated and only 35 grand. He's bloody cheap as. We have to pick him up for sure. And there's only 2 left. We got Divock Origi and Lamina. You know what? I'll get Origi more. Yep, please, just to improve the overall quality just that little bit more. And Lamina, we definitely should have the wage for him. That's that. We literally just got everybody. I think I may have figured out what happened. We might have had a player or 2 leave and sold automatically because I've got one player saying that obviously one's left and that he wants his spot. And now that that's all done, literally, let's just get going again. We've got Dundee with a win against them as well, 3 in a row. The Old Firm, we've lost 1-0. That'll make things interesting in the race for the top of the table. Dundee, we beat them again. And Hearts, we drew against. Looking forward into February, by the way, we of course have the quarterfinal to play. It's not against Aberdeen or Celtic this time. It's against Hamilton. I'll take that. And we are playing Real Madrid in the round of 16. How about it? And that Old Firm derby loss ended up being pretty important because, look, they've now jumped us on goal difference, the same amount of points. But if we'd won that game, we would have been 6 points clear. Now, they're actually fucking above us. Anyway, though, now for the games in February. A win there. We're still going in the Scottish Cup, which is good to see. A draw, not good there. If we could have taken the win, it would have been nice. Another big win against Hamilton. And the first leg against Real Madrid was a win! Oh my god, I'm freaking out right now. This is incredible. Was that a home or an away leg? This Champions League run that we're on is freaking mental right now. I'm telling you, we beat Bayern Munich. We knocked out Arsenal in the group stage. And now we've gotten a win against Real Madrid. I'm simulating this next game against Real because I want to see if we make it through. I want to see it with my own eyes. It turns out the first leg that we played against Real Madrid was the home leg, so now I'm simming the away leg, and this is going to be interesting. Bale immediately with an early yellow card. All we need to do is hang on for the draw, if we can do that. I mean, it's going to be fucking tough. And look at the team that they've got out there as well. I mean, I feel like we even scored another one. It's 2. We've got an away leg goal as well. They need to score 3. I think we're about to knock out Real Madrid. This is mental scenes right here. Come on. 20 minutes left. They could absolutely storm over the top of us in the last few, but then, nah, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. We beat them twice in both legs. That is extraordinary. And the team that we're going to face, how about it? We have 2 games against Celtic within a week, and then we are facing Napoli in the quarterfinals. Not Bayern, not Barcelona, not anyone crazy like that. Napoli's still a good side, but I can't believe it. We're in the final 8. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm happy to simulate the other league games. I'm happy to sim the first leg like I did with Real Madrid, and I'm happy to sim the semi-final against Celtic. But that second leg against Napoli, if it's, you know, depending on whether or not we lose the first leg like 5 or 6-0 and it's just completely impossible for us, then yeah, but still. Okay, it's done now. Let's look at the results. A win there against Motherwell, a draw against Patrick Thistle, a win against Celtic. How about the first leg against Napoli? It's a loss. Oh dear, was that the home or away? We'll find out. And how about the semi-finals? Another win. We're going back to the final of the Scottish Cup. Hopefully this time we can get it done. But now we play the home leg against Napoli. We lost the away leg and we didn't get any goals. So we can't let them score. We have to shut them out and we have to find a way to score. All right, good work. Great fucking work. They've scored within a minute, and now we need to get fucking 3. It's literally the exact same situation that we did to Real Madrid, Napoli are doing to us. And if we don't start scoring goals now, I don't think it's likely. Well, Larsson's got 1. All right, can we sneak a second? We fucking need to. Let's take that lead back, please. Make this exciting. I will freak out if we get through further. We have 10 minutes to do it. I don't think it'll happen. Is anyone going to get a goal? No, we're not. Okay, it's just going to be a draw and a 2-1 loss on aggregate. Napoli go through to the semis, but bloody hell, man. We made it to the quarterfinals. How about it? We knocked out Arsenal from the group. We beat Bayern Munich. We beat Real Madrid twice in the round of 16. That's something to be proud of. What an effort. We are also at the second stage of the league, 7 points clear here, so very unlikely that Celtic or anyone else is going to catch us. And now it's time to see if on the second time of asking we can do it in the Scottish Cup. Can we do the double, the Scottish double? We couldn't do the treble. We made it pretty far though. Acerich getting the goal in the 12th minute, and now we're half an hour in. Are we able to get a second and get some breathing space back? I would love it if we could. A red card, though, is going to be a big game changer. But we do get a second. Our right back, Veltman, scores it, and that could hopefully be enough now. It's going to take a hell of an effort for Motherwell to get back in this, and with 10 minutes left to go, icing on the cake, there it is. El Nesri with another one. It's a 3-0 win in the Scottish Cup final. We've done the double this season. Beautiful stuff. We won the league by a cool, comfortable 9 points. Celtic in second, Ross County in third, and there you go. We've also picked up the Scottish Cup. We made it to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and with the insane amount of crazy players we have joining us next season, can we go even further, or is this the best season that we're going to have? Once again, one really quick squad report. Keep an eye open for the stats and everything. We got Acerich doing nicely. We got Geese getting a lot of goals. We have bloody Berardi absolutely dominating. Larsson did okay as well. A few other players now that maybe didn't see too much game time. A couple of players that a little bit older. Some of the guys that were here at the start of the career maybe starting to drop off a bit. Some of the older guys too. And some of the younger players and some of the guys down in the reserves that are still growing and still getting to a pretty decent rating. Still though, another 8-goal performance from whoever that player was. And there we go. And the team's just about to become even more stacked. And here we are then, the 5th and final season with Rangers. One more crack at the Champions League and every other competition. The starting 11 is just, it's incredible. It really is. There are maybe 1 or 2 players that are low 80 rates, but everybody else is like 85 or higher. And this is just, you would never see this ever with a Rangers team. I can't believe I was able to get the team this good. And that still doesn't mean I'm not going to try to make the team even better. I want to go for another quality left back if that's possible. And again, since it's the last year, I should just straight up buy them. And I am going to try to do that. I might also go for another centre midfielder, but really, I'm probably just going to have to get one player here because of the budget constraints. I've got a couple of my better players that are pretty decent, but are still in like the reserves of the team. Guys that won't feature too much transfer listed. Maybe we could raise a bit of cash and bring in 2 players, but I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. And by the way, guys, I have been able to raise a little bit of revenue here. This man, Sardar Azmon, who is the backup striker that we have, our highest rated striker is Divock Origi at the moment, but he is being sold, Asmon, for 72.5 million to Arsenal, and he's only worth like 40 million worth of value. So that is an insane deal right there. And with the cash that we now have, I think I'm just going to go for the best player in each position for both left back and centre mid. So I'm going to go for Benjamin Mendy, 85 rated, 26 years of age. We're going to buy him hopefully for whatever value we can. And the other player that's highest rated in the centre midfield position out of the 3 that I have is Benassi, so we'll get him as well, 86 rated, and around about 44.5 mil for him. And some pretty good news here that both of these players have accepted, both Mendy and Benassi. They're all going to be coming for 40 million each. His wage is going to be 100 grand, Benassi, and I think Mendy's is only going to be 90, but still, very happy to have these 2 joining us, and I'm very happy. We're still left with about 20 mil as well. I still don't think the cash that we have is enough to replace anyone in this starting 11 though, so that's why I think I'm probably going to leave it as it is, and let's just simulate the whole season. And let's begin it then. First month of the season, starting off a big win against Aberdeen. Good work. Another big win. A win, and a loss. Like, I know that we're not going to go undefeated, and fair enough, but I'm almost at the point where the team is this good and our opposition in the league is so poor in comparison that we don't win every game, I'm shocked. And we lose a match here. Now for the month of September, which also includes our first Champions League group games. Anyway, a win there against Hamilton. Our game against Manchester City was a win. All right, that's a big result there. Fantastic. Another big win, or not a big win, but another win. There you go. Another win, 4 from 4, and a draw against Galatasaray. It's the same. It was the same as last month. We nearly won every game, but in the last game of the month, we did not get the win. So quick check on the league position. We're currently 21 points from 8 games. That is very, very good, but Celtic right on our tail with only 20 points. Now for October, and there are 2 back-to-back Old Firm derbies in the league, by the way, so this is going to be a massive one, or at least within 2 weeks of each other. A draw against Hearts there, unfortunate. How about the first Old Firm? A big win, a 4-1 win. Is that the biggest win I've ever had of them? I don't know. I can't remember scoring more than 4. Or 4 or more, but either way, another win in the Champions League against Sporting. It's looking good so far. We got a game and a win against Ross County, and back-to-back wins against Celtics. Not a massive pumping that time, but a 1-0 win. Now, November, only 2 league games, but there's also 2 Champions League games. A massive win against Galatasaray. We're surely going through to the next round into the knockouts. That's fantastic. A win against Hearts, another game in the league, another win, and another win. We have put together some incredible team here. We might be in for a potential real run in the Champions League. Another check on that league position, and it was only 1 point before. Now, after 14 games, we are 9 points clear. And the final month before January, which, to be totally honest, guys, I don't plan to do any transfer business whatsoever. I still don't have the budget for it, so we'll just keep on going. But either way, another win. Here we go in the league. Now, a loss in the Champions League. That's only our second loss of the season. First in the Champions League, unfortunate. And still continuing on in the league, another win against Dundee, another win against Aberdeen, and another win against Inverness. I swear, we're through. We've surely got to be through in the Champions League. As a matter of fact, I'm going to skip ahead and guarantee we're going to see a round 16 knockout stage. Either way, Motherwell, a win against them. A loss, another one, that time against Hamilton. A win there, still going. It's nothing but league games here. Another win, and I'm telling you what, we could be almost... The daylight between us and Chelsea could be crazy. Ho, it's 11 points and we still have a game to play. Whether it's against Ross County or someone else, I imagine it would be. And we're about to play them right now. But my goodness, we could be 14 points clear before or right at the start of February. Now though, moving on into February, immediately starting off with a win against Ross County. That was fantastic. We also have a Champions League game to play. And this, of course, cup match in the Scottish Cup. Do we make it through? Obviously, we're going to play a second leg, but who won that one? We did. We're going through very good on the replay. Good stuff. Now, we take a look at PSG very soon. For now, we got a draw against Hearts. How about in the Old Firm? Another win. That is 3 from 3 and beautiful stuff right here. How about the first leg against PSG? A 2-2 draw. Was that at home or was that away? I don't know. I'm going to simulate properly simulate the second leg. Now then, as it would turn out, that first leg against PSG was actually an away leg. So we have 2 away goals right now. If it were to stay 0-0 like it is at the moment, then we are going to go through. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. Hopefully we can get a goal early. If possible, we'll see how things go. Immediately a pretty early yellow card, 19 minutes in for Romagnoli. Anyway, half an hour in now, still continuing on. Is anyone going to get a goal? This is a bit quiet at the moment. Subs, I imagine, are going to start coming through. Hour mark now. Any goals? Anything? They pick one up. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this. We need an equalizer quick, boys. Come on, we need to get this. This is not looking good, boys. You fucking bottled it. Bottled it. Don't believe it. PSG are through. And we, after having such an incredible season so far, dominating our group stage and absolutely killing it in the league, we have now let this slip. Rangers and European Cups, man. Even when the team is this good, forget about it. It's just not possible. Having a look quickly at the rest of the results in March, though, we actually... Oh my fucking God! We were... Nah, this is a joke. What has happened to us in the month of March? We have gone to shit. We have been knocked out in the quarterfinals by Motherwell. It's a very anticlimactic fucking finish to this bloody career mode, but it's a loss 2-1 to Motherwell. Can't believe that's happened. Anyway, a win in the league. Thank God. We already knew what happened with that PSG game. We fucking lost. Anyway, what about in the rematch, Motherwell? We win the league game. Yeah, that's great. I would have preferred to have dropped the league game since we're so out of sight already. And then against Inverness, another big win 4-0. But knocked out of both cup competitions within less than 2 weeks of each other. What the fuck happened there? The league is all but wrapped up as well. I mean, we've still got a couple more games left to go. We're just going to simulate them real quickly. We'll see what we finish up on, but there's no way we're letting it slip. There's no way we're letting it slip from here. But I just cannot believe we've been knocked out of both cup competitions within 2 weeks. It's a shit way to finish the season, but at least we're getting our 3rd win. Let's just quickly go through and see what all the results were there. A win there, a win. Are we just going to go hopefully and win the rest of the games? No, we lose again. Dundee. I know that we're not going to win every single game, and the odd loss will come, but I still get a little bit like, how the fuck that happened about me still. Another loss against Ross County, my goodness. One last game against the bitter rival, against Celtic, please. We've been knocked out of both cup competitions. This is not how I wanted to end it. I wanted to get more than just a league. If we can get a win here, we have won every single game against Celtic this season. You know what? That's a much better way. That is a much, much better way to end it. I would have liked to have gotten a little further in the Champions League and definitely to have tried to have gone and won that Scottish Cup. But you know what? Our final game in the career mode is a 3-0 win against Celtic. We'll take that. Let's do this then. Let's wrap it all up. Let's take a look at all the players, all the stats. Adrian Rabo was an absolute monster, getting 20 goals, something like that. Berardi was great. Divock Origi. You know, the actual strikers that we have don't seem to do that well for us. Lamar, one of the highest rated players in the team, barely played at all. Geese did all right. He, a centre defensive midfielder, scored a shitload of goals. It's kind of crazy. The distribution of goals is quite bizarre. Still taking a look at the players, some of the lower rated players now in our reserves that we're still growing and getting an odd game here and there. Doing okay, but really, that is the entire team, and that is the entire career mode. Taking a look at the overall summation of the career mode too, we won 3 league titles, 3-time champions in the Scottish Premiership. Beautiful to see there. We won the Scottish Cup. We only won the Scottish Cup once, which I feel a bit disappointed about. I felt like even 2 I'd have been okay with if we'd got it this season. Our biggest win, a 6-0 pumping against Hamilton. Our biggest defeat, 4-0 against Bayern. I guess that's okay. There's no real shame in that, I suppose. Biggest transfer was, of course, 40 million, I think, for those 2 players that we bought in this window. And then, of course, total earnings. Earned a nice cheeky, just under 8 mil. I'll take that. Not bad for 5 years with Rangers. And the club record, 155 wins, 53 draws, and 45 losses. That is probably the best record that I've had so far in these, one episode career modes I've been doing. 463 goals scored for, 188 against. And we just fall short of 100 points too often as well. That would have just been absolutely sensational had we had wrapped it up like that. 98 points. That is incredible. But still, that is miles ahead of Celtic as well, who are in second spot. Very good way to finish it off, I suppose, in the league. But anyway, that is going to do it for this career mode, guys. If you've enjoyed, thank you so much for watching. Of course, leave in the comments down below any other teams that you would like me to do. Any other return to glory teams. You know, teams that used to be really, really good back in the day. Not so much now. You've already recommended tons and tons to me. And I'm working on next episodes. But I love your input. And I really want to see who I should go with next. And I want to know what you guys think. So yeah, until then next time, guys, my name is MasterBucks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And have a good one.